Some people don't post their life. They don't explain their pain. They don't talk about their plans. They don't tell anyone what they're going through. Not because they have nothing to say, but because they learned something early. Silence is safer. Today, we're breaking down the psychology of people who keep everything private. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why the quietest people are often the most guarded and the most dangerous to underestimate. Section 1. They learned trust is expensive. People who keep everything private didn't wake up one day and decide to be secretive. They learned it. At some point, they opened up. They shared their thoughts, fears, or plans, and it backfired. Their words were misunderstood. Their vulnerability was used against them. Their trust was broken. So their brain adapted. They realized, the more people know, the more power they have over me. Privacy became protection, not a wall, a filter. Section 2. They observe more than they speak. Quiet people talk less but notice everything. They read tone. They catch patterns. They remember how people react to information. They've seen how one detail turns into gossip, one weakness becomes a joke, one dream becomes someone else's opinion. So instead of explaining themselves, they observe silently. And because they don't overshare, people often underestimate them. That's a mistake. Section 3. Privacy is a control mechanism. Keeping things private gives them control. When no one knows what you're thinking, no one can manipulate you. No one can sabotage your plans. No one can emotionally corner you. Private people decide what to reveal, when to reveal, and to whom. This isn't insecurity, it's strategic emotional management. Section 4. They're not cold, they're selective. Many people assume private individuals are distant, emotionless, or unfriendly. That's wrong. They feel deeply. They care intensely. They just don't give access easily. Their emotions are not public property. If you're allowed into their inner world, it means something, because they don't let many people in. Section 5. They process pain alone. When something hurts them, they don't announce it. They disappear. They go quiet. They handle it internally. Not because they don't need help, but because experience taught them explaining myself costs more energy than healing on my own. They survive by internal processing, not external validation. This makes them resilient, but also lonely. Section 6. They don't seek attention or sympathy. Private people don't share struggles to get comfort or sympathy. They hate being seen as weak, pitiful, needing rescue. They prefer strength in silence. Even when they're breaking inside, you'll never know unless they choose to tell you. And most of the time, they don't. Section 7. Why people misunderstand them. Because they don't explain themselves, others fill in the gaps. They're labeled mysterious, arrogant, or emotionally unavailable. In reality, they're just careful. They don't trust words easily. They trust patterns. Section 8. The hidden cost of extreme privacy. But privacy has a price. When you keep everything inside, no one knows when you're struggling. No one knows when you need support. No one knows the real you. Over time, this creates isolation. Strength turns into distance. Independence turns into emotional solitude. Privacy protects, but too much of it can trap. Section 9. What earns their trust? If you want to earn the trust of someone like this, don't pressure them to open up. Don't interrogate. Don't demand transparency. Just be consistent. They open up slowly, in layers. And once they trust you, their loyalty is deep and rare. Ending. Hard truth. People who keep everything private aren't hiding, they're surviving. They learned that silence reduces damage, privacy preserves power, and not everyone deserves access. But remember this: privacy keeps you safe, connection keeps you human. The strongest people know when to use both.